Looks good on the TV news. How do they get a dog to do that? Why is a Cocker Spaniel? This is the question I've always asked. Why is a Cocker Spaniel interested in hard drugs? Or a King Charles Spaniel? Or a Labrador? Or any of these things, you know? This is one of the big questions of the universe. Never be answered. I stand outside Camden Tube with the two coppers in blue. And the dogs go bark, bark, woof, woof, and drag the trainers around. And I stand at the bottom of the escalator going, sniffer dogs! And there's a veritable shower of drugs come floating down the escalators with mixed qualities, but a lot. So I've got to thank the sniffer dogs for something. So this song's called Addicted Police Dog, and it's dedicated to the maltreatment of animals everywhere. Fed heroin and cocaine since I was born. I've lived my life in permanent withdrawal. When I try to say no, I just go bow wow. From the A-grade drugs I put in my chow. My nose in your crutch, yeah, that's my reality. My nose in your crutch in the aid of legality. My hood is a shooter in the war on drugs. What the nose does. But I'd love to be warm, I'd love to hope on the lawn. I'd love to be wanted in somebody's home. But I'm a drug hound, don't put your hand down. I'm addicted, I'm restricted, I'm an addicted police dog. Snapping and snarling when I come down. Snapping and snarling when I chow down. One thing about drugs, oh, you know they don't pass through. I'm just a dog, gone, go doggy doo-doo. Every Sunday I'm outside the shoe with a couple of coppers, statues in blue. Well, there in case my search gets too wild and I end up in places, you know, I'm not allowed. But I'd love to be warm, I'd love to hope on your lawn. Lassie and lead you on the home. But I'm a drug hound, don't put your hand down. I'm addicted, I'm restricted, I'm an addicted police dog. I've done my time on air and on water. Once I even sniffed the president's daughter. I was looking for, disappointed I was looking for drugs, but all I found was menstrual blood. But really, really what pisses me off is when they make a big bust and they lock old dog up, and then they claim the glory in TV land, and the cops come and have a little victory snort in my van. The government wants me, the government feeds me. You can tell how much from the great stuff they give me. But I sometimes, you know, I wish they'd hate me, 'cause I'm addicted, I'm scripted, I'm an addicted police dog. I'm an addicted police dog.
Alright, David Studdert, live here.
Thank you, Adam, for the opportunity to do that public service announcement.
Oh, not a problem at all, thank you for bringing it to our attention. So you're going solo for...
Well, I just got... I wanted to do a different sound. I've been working towards a different sound for a while, and the logical progression of that was where I'm at now. I mean, I'm thinking when I go back to London perhaps of getting some... getting a drummer, a light kind of jazzy guy as well, and doing a little bit more soul things, getting a little bit more of a soul feel. But right now I'm really interested in just playing the songs and playing them in a way that Woody Guthrie or Howlin' Wolf or some of those very early kind of popular music pioneers might have played them, you know? And that's what I'm kind of particularly interested, because I'm really sick and tired of this whole Broadway notion of rock and roll with the big lights, the big bands. It's all just Hollywood and Broadway, and It's, some people like it, that's fine for them, but it's not what I like. And I really like the kind of driving sound, the overtones that come from guitars, and the way I play guitar and the way it meshes with where my voice is at. And I'm just kind of thinking about a different way of using my voice than I do with tactics. And so all of this kind of came together, really. And I'm very interested in this, in the spontaneous and social nature of music. And I think the first take, spontaneous kind of feel, fits really well with the kind of the social approach of music, which is what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in the business side of it or any of that. So, and I'm, not great at that anyway. So I really like what I'm doing, and I'm really, I don't think about it going solo. I sort of just feel a bit blessed that I figured out another way to play that I really like, and that people really like, and it's fantastic from that point of view.
It sounds like just predominantly using the guitar and your voice is giving you a bit more freedom, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
The band setup.
That's right. And I think I really want to. It's like there's something about an acoustic guitar, and when you have an acoustic guitar and you hit it hard, you do get a whole different symphony, cacophony of overtones and notes, and there's a kind of chaotic and beauty about it all, really, which I really like, and which suits my kind of playing. I've been writing songs on acoustic guitar for a long time, and I'm also just a bit like, when you have a band, there's got to be a certain amount of regularity about what everybody's playing.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're by yourself, the moment enters into it more, and it's more. There's an element of interaction with you and the audience, and the songs are never quite the same, and you can move around the whole thing and experiment with the tunes and the melodies and stuff as you play, which is really good for me.
Is it more challenging to play in that kind of context where you're, I guess, more solely in the spotlight?
Yeah, it is more challenging, and I like that too, because I kind of need to be challenged and need to have focus. That's just how I am, as a person, really. And so I need something that's more difficult for me.
And you said that you have been writing on acoustic guitar for some time. I take it that would include groups like Tactics that were more of a full band kind of thing.
Well, it was a bit of both. I mean, sometimes I wrote electric guitars for bands and things, especially for some records it's been acoustic and some records have been electric guitar when I've written the songs.
Does the approach to songwriting change that much when you know that you're going to be playing it just on your own predominantly?
Yes, because actually you make them simpler. I mean, I've been really listening to a lot of Woody Guthrie. I love Mule Skinner Blues. I don't know if you've ever heard that. It's about a bunch of people. It's really intensely driving kind of song over which Woody Guthrie tells a story about these cowboys who went out on the trail to do some work for a trail boss, and what happened, and then how they killed him because he wouldn't pay them the money that was owed. And the kind of rhythm playing and stuff is both simple and complex. It's not consistent. It's very much in the whole storytelling kind of tradition of like music as a social action,
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really aiming for at the moment. And I mean, there's a social element in Tactics just because of the band and the audience and all of that, but there's something else about somebody just playing songs and playing them to you and having that relationship like one-to-one all the time. And on this record, which I think we're going to play a couple of tracks, I recorded it with a guy named Jude Rawlins, who's done a lot of work in London with people like the Slits and just a whole lot of people, Pete Doherty and people like that.
Cool.
And he's very interested in being able to go into different locations, record with great mics on quite small things, and get a very kind of intimate feel about the whole thing, so that when you hear the record there really is some sort of connection between the listeners and it just feels like that anyway.
Sure, something that doesn't feel like it was kind of over-prepared beforehand.
Over-prepared, over-thought out and written by a computer,
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what I don't want.
Well, let's take a listen to a track from the record, and then
Okay.
we'll come back and talk about it a bit more. So this one is called My Soul Rides in a Prison Bus.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this one?
Well, I love the vocal. I can tell you that much. There's a bit of a few things in there. There's a bit of Howling Wolf, You know, it's a song about an existential state. But the bit that I like best is my soul sings with a convict tongue. That's
Cool.
the line I like the best.
Alright, well let's check it out. This is from David Studdert's upcoming record, Hanging by a Thread. My Soul Rides in a Prison Bus, and you're on Radiant.
Great, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounded really good. The
Play.
set.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
You got it all right in the headphones and stuff?
Oh, yeah.